What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. I want to take a look at a light heavyweight champion by the name of Jack Dillon. Phenomenal fighter. Let's take a look at his career. Now, Jack Dillon's nickname was the Giant Killer. He was born on February 2nd, 1891 in Frankfort, Indiana. His nationality was Scottish, Irish, American. He scaled 158 pounds and stood 5 foot 7.5 inches. Started his career in 1908 and claimed the vacant light heavyweight championship when he defeated Al Norton on April 28, 1914 at Kansas City, Missouri. He lost the crown to battling Novinsky on October 24th, 1916 on a 12-round decision at Boston, Massachusetts. Among others he fought were George Chipp, who was a middleweight champion, Frank Klaus, who was a middleweight champion, Leo Florian Hook, outstanding middleweight contender, Jack Twin Sullivan. He had a brother by the name of Mike Twin Sullivan. Fireman Jim Flynn knocked out Jack Dempsey. He fought Sam Langford and Jack Johnson several times. Charlie Wynant, very good fighter. Billy Misk, another outstanding fighter. Gumbo Smith, good heavyweight. Mike Gibbons. I did a profile on Mike Gibbons. Phenomenal middleweight. I don't know why he wasn't champion, but he was an outstanding middleweight. He had a brother by the name of Tommy Gibbons who fought Jack Dempsey, Gene Tunney, George Compantier, just to name a few. Harry Greb, middleweight champion, and Al McCoy, who was also a middleweight champion. Phenomenal record Jack Dillon had. Dillon died on August 7th, 1941, Chattahoochee, Florida. Unfortunately, but a very, very good fighter. Now, they say he fought battling Novinsky. Let's take a look at battling Novinsky. Battling Novinsky was a phenomenal fighter himself. Fought loads of fights. Battling Novinsky was born on June 10th, 1891 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Nationality, Jewish American. He weighed 175 pounds and stood 5 foot 11 inches. Novinsky started fighting in 1906 using the name Barney Williams, which he kept until 1913. He retired in 1929. He challenged Jack Dillon for the light heavyweight title on April 25th, 1916, losing a 15-round decision at Kansas City, Missouri, but defeated Dillon for the title. In 1920, on October 12th, 1920, at Jersey City, New Jersey. On January 13th, 1922, he challenged Gene Tunney for the vacant American Light Heavyweight Championship at New York City, New York, losing at the end of 12 rounds. Novinsky died on February 12, 1949, at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So here you have battling Novinsky. Massive career. And you have Jack Dillon. Fascinating fighter. Let's take a look at Jack Dillon's opponents. Now, born February 2nd, 1891, Jack Dillon had his professional debut in 1908. He defeated Joe McCree, 6 rounds. Knocked out Jack Laffey in 4 rounds. Lynn Porter in 4 rounds. Tom Delaney in 4 rounds. Pat Lark in 4 rounds. He drew with Kid Brown in 6 rounds. Teddy Malone, 10 rounds. No decision in 10 rounds. So he fought him twice. 1909, he defeated Pat Lark in 6 rounds. Jimmy Cooley in 6 rounds. His knockouts were Joe McKee in 6 rounds. Kid Sims in 3 rounds. Charlie Humphreys, 2 rounds. Kid Clark, 6 rounds. Kid Griffin in 4 rounds. Bob Long in 5 rounds. Kid Gray, 2 rounds. Young Connor, 5 rounds. Kid Sullivan in 3 rounds. Tommy Scallion in 6 rounds. Everett Reeves, 5 rounds. Kid Sparks in 2 rounds. Ray Bronson in 6 rounds. These are all phenomenal fighters. 1910. He defeated Freddie Hicks, 15 rounds. Kid Brown, 20 rounds. He knocked out Jap Roberts in 2 rounds. Rube May in 5 rounds. Kid McCordy, very good fighter, 10 rounds. No decision. Jim Cooley in 6 rounds. Dick Fitzpatrick, 10 rounds. Howard Morrow in 8 rounds. Jim Perry in 6 rounds. And Jack Herrick in 12 rounds. He also defeated George Chipp, who was a middleweight champion, not at the time, but he was a champion, in 6 rounds. (1910) January 31st, Jap Roberts, Cincinnati, Ohio, knocked him out in 2 rounds. February 8th, Jimmy Cooley, Indianapolis, 6-round draw. Ray Bronson, Anderson, 8-round draw. That was March 8th. April 2nd, Rube May, Anderson, knocked him out in 5 rounds. April 21st, Dick Fitzpatrick, Anderson, defeated him in 10 rounds. May 30th, Howard Morrow, Anderson, defeated him in 8 rounds. June 20th, Freddie Hicks, defeated him in 15 rounds. And this would go on and on. I want to glance through some of these opponents here. October 21st, George Chipp, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, no decision in 6 rounds. George Chipp was the middleweight champion. As you can see here, Kid Brown, Eddie McCordy. He lost to Eddie McCordy in 10 rounds on December 6th. But he defeated Kid Brown in Springfield, Ohio, in 20 rounds. That was November 28th. 1911. Let's get some notable opponents here. Notable opponents. January 24th, George Chipp, Dayton, Ohio, defeats him in 15 rounds. Mike Clover, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, no decision in 6 rounds. That was February 4th. Jimmy Melanie, another good fighter, Brazil, knocked him out in 3 rounds. That was March 14th. Frank Mantell, he would be a champion, April 4th, in Boston, defeat him in 12 rounds. Let me see if I can get, I'm going to show you Frank Mantell. Hold on 1 second. All right, now this is Frank Mantell. I had a dig for him. This is what I go through for my subscribers. He would be a champion. Welterweight boxer of Boston who can make it interesting for the best of them, and he would wind up becoming a champion. So I just wanted to show you Frank Mantell. April 12th, Jack Stevens, Vermont, knocked him out in 1 round. April 28th, George Chipp. I showed you George Chipp in another video. No decision in 10 rounds. Bob Moha, very good fighter. May 3rd, Indianapolis. No decision in 10 rounds. Ralph Earn, June 5th. No decision in 10 rounds. Now he has a very long career, so I'm going to just move on. George K.O. Brown, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. No decision in 6 rounds. George Chipp, Youngstown, Ohio. No decision in 12 rounds. Frank Klaus, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. No decision in 6 rounds. Frank Klaus, George Chipp, both be middleweight champions. 1912, Leo Florian Hook, Indianapolis, 6 rounds. Victory. Billy Griffith, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, no decision in 6 rounds. Howard Wiggins, Indianapolis, KO'd in 2 rounds. Billy Berger, Youngstown, Ohio, no decision in 12 rounds. Jimmy Gardner, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, no decision in 6 rounds. That was February 3rd. Now we're still on, where we at here? 1912, excuse me. But look at this record. Look at the schedule in 1911. And he wouldn't stop. After December, he would jump right back into January and continue with the same schedule. May 28th, Hugo Kelly, Indianapolis. He would knock him out in 3 rounds. Dylan claimed World Light Heavyweight Championship when he knocked out Hugo Kelly in Indianapolis. That was for a vacant crown. Then he would go ahead and lose it to Battling Levinsky. June 11th, title match. Jack Twin Sullivan, Buffalo, New York. No decision in 10 rounds. June 27th. That was June 11th. June 27th, George K.O. Brown. No decision in 12 rounds. And he would face George Chip in Pittsburgh again. Jack Flynn, knock him out in 4 rounds. George Chip, Columbus, Ohio, no decision in 10 rounds. Kid Clark, Indianapolis, knock him out in 2 rounds. Harry Ramsey was a very good fighter. December 19th, Cincinnati, Ohio, no decision in 10 rounds. 1913, Frank Mattel, I just showed you him. January 9th, this is 1913, in Thornton, Rhode Island. He would defeat him in 15 rounds. Leo Florian Hook, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, no decision in 6 rounds. January 22nd. Fascinating. April 14th, George Chip, Youngstown, Ohio, no decision, 12 rounds. April 17th, he would face Barney Williams, Rochester, New York. That's upstate New York. No decision in 10 rounds. April 28th, Bob Moha, Milwaukee. No decision in 10 rounds. May 29th, Frank Klaus, Indianapolis. No decision in 10 rounds. He would face Leo Florian Hook again in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That would be October 9th. No decision in 6 rounds. 1914. He would have some knockouts, a win, and a no decision. And the whole thing would continue. As you see here, these fighters back at this time were fighting like once a week. Fireman Jim Flynn, Kansas City, 10-round draw, March 3rd. Jack Lester, Hot Springs, he killed him in 10 rounds. That's March 11th. Battling Levinsky, defeat him in 12 rounds, April 14th. Al Norton, Kansas City, defeat him in 10 rounds. That's April 28th. And he would win international recognition as light heavyweight championship. That's from Al Norton, Kansas City. That's April 28th with a 10-round victory. May 29th, battling Levinsky, Indianapolis, no decision, 10 rounds. Bob Moha again, June 15th. He would defeat him in 12 rounds, excuse me. Gunbo Smith, March 16th. Milwaukee, no decision, 10 rounds. That's 1915. Frank Mattel again, June 11th. Cincinnati, Ohio, no decision, 10 rounds. George Chip, Kansas City, Missouri, 10-round draw. Zulu Kid, New York City, no decision in 10 rounds. That's July 16th. I don't know if I ever showed you Zulu Kid. I believe I did. Jim Flynn, Porky Flynn, no decisions. 1916, we faced Porky Flynn again in Memphis, January 10th, and get an 8-round victory. Billy Misk, no decision, 10 rounds, January 28th. Battling Levinsky, Brooklyn, no decision in 10 rounds. Battling Levinsky fought 3 times in one day. March 10th, Jim Flynn, New York City, no decision in 10 rounds. Mike Gibbons, St. Paul's, November 10th, no decision in 10 rounds. December 19th, Billy Misk, Brooklyn, no decision, 10 rounds, title bout. January 1st, Bob Moha, 1917, Dayton, Ohio, no decision in 15 rounds. And this is not going to stop. So let me just put this on hold. Fascinating. I mean, look at this. Look at this lineup. 1918. George Chip, Harry Greb, Gunboat Smith, Frank Farmer, Hugh Walker, all good fighters. Fought Hugh Walker again. Al McCoy, he was middleweight champion. Jack Daly, very good fighter. Marty Cross, another good fighter. Ted Black, Detroit. No decision, 6 rounds. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, get the picture. Salute to Jack Dillon. He is in my Museum of Forgotten Fisticuffs series as of right now. I'm going to take a quick look at another fighter. Matter of fact, let me end this video and get this next fighter on the next video. The Scrapbook Boxing Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Salute to Jack Dillon. Salute to my subscribers. Peace.